Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cosmic BlueRay Rising session. I'm going to bring in some information about the Sirius Stargate that we are upon right now between July 2nd to July 7th. And I heard today that, we might even be feeling the energy until the 8th. So I guess it just depends on who you are and where you are and how this energy is impacting you. We're also going to talk about Nebhet, that energy, and we are going to look at some crystals as well as hear some tones and frequencies that I'm going to attach to this reading. So I'm also taking information or bringing forth information from two books. One is, or one deck, which is the Book of Doors, an alchemical oracle from ancient Egypt, which is Kemet. And it's written by Athon Veggie, Veggi, and Allison Davidson, as well as from the great Sacred Woman book written by Queen Afua, the Crystal Sound Healing Oracle, as well as the Crystal Spirits Oracle. All right, so with these videos, I like to just bring forth information directly from the authors. All right. So we're going to start with the Book of Doors divination deck. And I'm just going to bring forth some information about Sirius because not everybody knows about the Sirius star system. There's Sirius A, B, and C, and not everybody knows how that star system impacts our solar system and our sun. So the information in this divination book is more about that Sirius energy and tapping it into the Tukamet, an ancient Egypt philosophy, and how they used it and that system, right? And the Neteru and how these energies played out and how they turned them into a system of growth and understanding nature, right? So we're going to, and this is where Nebhet comes in, right? So just flow with me. All right. So, like I said, I'm just reading directly from the book just to, again, give us a greater understanding of the energy that we are being impacted by right now, that we are experiencing. And like I always remind myself to integrate and weave and create and work with the energy around me. So we're going to start in chapter 6 of this book. And chapter 6 is about the pet family. And the pet family is the family of heaven. And it starts saying it rises from earth to heaven and again descends into earth. And it receives the strength of things above and below. The family of heaven describes the mode of aggregation of matter in a process starting from inert chaos and reaching cosmic order, where the solar logos flows out of Sirius and interlaces its forces in Neath. Now you might ask there, what's Neath or who is Neath? So I'll tell you. Neath is the weaver of the universe, possessing both male and female characteristics, and is therefore called Mother of Mothers and Fathers of Fathers. So, where the solar logos flows out of Sirius and interlaces its forces with Neith, the weaver, appearing simultaneously at all stages of manifestation with Shesheta. Now, who is Shesheta? Shesheta is the cosmic architect using the energies coming forth from Sirius as building blocks. She represents connections and synchronicities existing in the creation, the septenary nature of manifestation, and finally, the time of creation. Okay, so that's Saseta, appearing simultaneously at all stages of manifestation with Shasheta, and supported and ruled by the cosmic and mathematical laws established by Ma'at. All right, and who is Ma'at? Ma'at is the basis of cosmic order, truth, and justice, and universal law. She originated directly from the mouth of Ra, being his nourishment. Ma'at is inseparable from Tahuti and is also the support of all his operations. Her basis is the cubit, the measure of length used in the earth, sky, heaven, and duat. And the duat is also called the Amanet, and we're going to learn more about that today as well. All right, so that's just a little introductory information about Sirius, right? And then let's go more into some more information. Now, this section here is talking about another neteru, right? But I just picked out the Sirius information. And he goes on to write, we cannot but admire the greatness of a science capable of discovering such a coincidence, because Sirius is the only star among the fixed stars which allows this cycle. It can therefore be supposed that Sirius plays the role of a center for the circuit of our entire solar system. The rising of Sirius was celebrated as the rebirth of the goddess herself after 70 days spent in the duat, where she was hidden from visible sight. Huge temples were erected in her honor, such as the temple of Osset at Dendera, and the great isles were aligned toward the precise place on the horizon where the star would reappear. In the Sirius mystery, Robert Temple gives us a description of the sacred occasion. The light of Sirius would be channeled along the corridor due to the precise orientation to flood the altar in the inner sanctum as if a pin-pointed spotlight had been switched on. This blast of light focused from a single star was possible because of the orientation being so incredibly precise, and because the temple would be otherwise in total darkness within. In a huge, utterly dark temple, the light of one star focused solely on the altar, must have made quite an impact on those present. In this way, was the presence of the star made manifest within its temple. The rites of Black Osset were the most sacred of all the Neteru. It was in her name that the highest magic was performed. And this is a quote from The Dark Mystery, or The Black Rite, described by G.R.S. Mead and quoted in Temple as a rite performed only for those who were judged worthy of it after long probation in lower degrees, something of a far more sacred character, apparently, than the instruction in the mysteries enacted in light. Temple, 1976, page 106. All right. So again, just giving you some information about the history and the tradition of really honoring this time of Sirius's light coming in or coming out of the duat and into the earth realm, right? All right. And now let's also go into something else. Learn more about the Sirius. Okay, so and you know I'm gonna this all is tying in with the crystal message, of course. And this week's crystal message, which I'll add to this into this description, the description area of this video as well, the cosmic soup that we are experiencing right now. It's no coincidence that, you know, so far all of these energies have been addressed, right? From the Gregorian calendar, we look at it as Cancer and Capricorn. On the African calendar, it's Nebhet and Set. And then on the solar biology, which is a replica or ties back into the Dandara, we're looking at the energies of Tahuti and Aset, right? Or Aset, depending on how you pronounce it. Sometimes you see the A-U-S-E-T, and sometimes you just see the A-S-E-T, right? Over time, spellings change, right? So all of these energies, these Netheru, are coming in during this month of July, or between the June 21st and July 21st. So we are being impacted in different ways by all of these energies, and we can work with them, weave and integrate ourselves with them, and understand really the cosmic soup around us and how to work with these energies, and as well as the traditional and ancient historical traditions around them and why. You know, one of the things I've connected with is, okay, well, independence, right? America's independence is during this transmission of the blue energy, the cosmic blue energy coming in, and Sirius rising, as well as for Bahamas, our independence is on the 10th. And there's just this interesting correlation between, I think, America, the Sirius gateway, and then the Bahamian independence. And I look at the relationship between those two countries as well. So it's just interesting. All right. So let's go into it. Then we're going to talk. Well, this is another, just pulling out information about Sirius, right? So we have a good framework of what this Sirius Stargate is about, and the tradition of it, and how we can work with the energy. It says, as Osset symbolize the star Sirius, so the soul of Osor dwelt in Orion. And through their union, the mystery of human life was conceived. Through the dynasties, Osar assumed many forms, But his most important role in the Egyptian religion was as a netter of the dead. Netter means deity, energy, right, of nature, right? The neteru. So all of these are saw, Aset, um, um, segment, and pool. All of these are neteru. Each one is a netter. The occult or hidden knowledge and mysteries imparted to the pharaohs and priesthood was based on Ra and the power coming from Sirius. Ra represents the sun, but the whole Egyptian popular religion was based on Asar, and Asar is the sun behind the sun, right? With the promise to his worshippers that they too could gain immortality after death. So also it's showing us that, you know, Sirius is kind of considered like the hidden sun, because where the tradition came in that everything was coming um from Ra, but not knowing that Ra's power was based on what he was receiving from Sirius. Right? So that's interesting. And this relationship that Sirius is having with Asar, right? Again, it's all energy. And Asar is the god of generative power, but not the god of the royal power, right? So it's the seen and the unseen. And in spirituality, a lot of the energies have masculine and feminine to just balance it out, right? So you have Asar and Aset. Okay. And then we are going to bring in, why did I click this part? Oh, now we're going to start talking about Negbet. All right. And very interesting what Negbet is all about, right? So in this instance, and again with the Egyptian work or Kemet work, it's to understand that everything really kind of in a way, everything is transformable, everything is transmutable. So we will experience Negbet as well as we'll experience Negbet in different forms, and the parts that I'm about to read now will bring that in. So Negbet rises up to Kefa Ra, who keeps the seed of life in the solar disk over his head. It happens to be the seed egg that Negbet, in a vulture's semblance, is hatching. This act corresponds to the alchemical egg's cooking or calcination phase. It is a white phase of the work where the egg is hatched with Sethian warmth. Remember, on the African calendar, we're in the season of Negbet and Set. Okay? The vulture, as a royal symbol, signifies strength and victorious sovereign power. Negbet holds the U.S. scepter as prosperity and has an attribute, the eye of Seth, as an attribute, the eye of Seth. Negbet, the white one, the moon, is called Mother of Mothers and Father of Fathers. Does that sound familiar? So sometimes Negbet is also referred to as Neith. And that's where we started, right? Negbet symbolizes germination. So again, in this season of chaos and resistance and destruction. It's for the germination, the new seeds to be set and the new life to become, and for new life to happen, right? For the rebirthing, right? So Negbet is the twin sister of Ujit and the goddess of the south. Her symbol is the vulture, and the cult of this huge flesh-eating bird was extremely ancient in Egypt. Negbet is closely linked with the vulture goddess Mut, the world mother, the brooding, gestating principle that nourishes the new life in the egg until it reaches maturity. As a fertile nature principle, Negbet was said by Brush to be a form of the primal abyss, which brought forth the light. And as mother of the sun god, she became, with Mut, intimately related with Aset. So in the story, I think they say in the pantheon or in the mythology, Negbet had a child with Aset, which became Anubis, right? Anubis was not the child of Aset, sorry, of Asar. And Negbet, sorry, had a child with Asar, right? And that was Anubis. And Anubis now was the guy to Aset, a very close guy to Aset, and Anubis was like the son to Aset, right? And also Negbet and Aset were the ones that would have gone looking for the 13 pieces or for the pieces after Set had cut down Asar. Right? I think that's how it goes. Correct me if I'm wrong. She was called Father of Fathers, the Mother of Mothers, who hath existed from the beginning and is the creatrix of the world. The center of Negbet's worship was the city of Negbet, and as Ujit was head of the company of gods in Per-Ujit. So Negbet was chief deity of the third nome of Upper Egypt and head of that company of gods. Sculptures of the two goddesses adorned the temple's door, with Negbet placed on the right side as the right eye of Ra, and Ujit on the left as his left eye. There were also given special rooms on either side of the inner sanctuary. When pharaohs assumed rulership over Upper and Lower Egypt, they were crowned with the double crown by Negbet and Ujit. And what we could take here is Upper and Lower Egypt are your chakras and your bodies. So as you assume rulership over your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your lower bodies, your heart chakra, your throat, and then we go into our higher bodies, Upper Egypt, our third eye and our crown and our soul star, right? So again, we have the lower bodies and the lower chakras and the upper chakras. We have Lower Egypt and Upper Egypt. So when we hear about Lower and Upper Egypt, think of the body and think of having literally assuming rulership, self-governance, right? Over the vices or the temptations of those energy centers, right? So when one would assume rulership and rise over those egoic deficiencies of themselves, they would be crowned, the double crowned with Negbet and Ujit, right? So that becoming the symbol, right? The vulture and the snake became the symbols of the two halves of the country. They were worn as a part of the royal insignia, and together as two urea, they encircled the solar disk of the pharaoh, the winged serpent, as well as the vulture, personified Negbet. And in this serpentine form, they reared from the forehead of Ra to destroy his enemies with fire. Negbet's importance in religious ritual is demonstrated in this report from the tomb of the high priest of the vulture goddess. In the reign of Ramesses II, His Majesty commanded that the governor of the residence be commissioned to bring the divine bark of Negbet to the said festival and to carry out her sacred rites in the houses of the said jubilee. This is from Frankfurt, 1978-81. In the duet, Negbet watched over the dead and was said to transform their eyes into brilliant light. Here in this card, she wears the white crown of the south with her symbol, the vulture, hovering behind her. Her left hand is raised over the Ujit eye with a lotus plant, another symbol of the south growing below. Negbet was also associated with the moon. Since remotest antiquity, silver was actually described by a term signifying white, synonymous with light and with all that has a milky white character. The patroness divinity of Lower Egypt, the White Crown, is called Negebet with an E in the, well, Negebit, it's spelled differently, the white. Negheb is also used to designate the moon. In pharaonic myth, the moon is identified with thought and Khonsu. Thought regulates the times and seasons, and his sacred bird is the white abyss, the sacred abyss. The association of Negbet with the moon lends the later an aspect of nourisher. So what is the whole meaning of Negbet in this term? The gestation of plans, success through applying spiritual principles, clear-sightedness. So here we are, right? The gestation of plans, the seeding, right? And then the gestation, the nurturing, the nourishing of that. So we're in this season of receiving this light from the Sirius Stargate or the Sirius star system, and we're in the Sirius Stargate now. And we can allow the seeds that are already there to gestate our plans, all of the stuff that we've been thinking about and wanting to do, and the next stuff, everything we have on that list. What am I going to do next? This energy coming in, this week we're in, this month, it's all going to help us to gestate those plans and to apply, again, the success, the transcendence, right? Achieving success through applying the spiritual principles and having the clear-sightedness, having that clarity to move forward with these plans. All right, so I just was guided to tap into this book today and get all of that and bring that information forth. My guide was saying, go to this book and pull out the serious information and apply it to this reading. So the last but not least I want to go into is a menta. which is such a prettier word than the duat. So we see the duat a lot, which is the underworld. Well, actually, the duat is prettier than the underworld, and a mentor is a prettier tone. So I'm going to refer to it as a mentor from here. But as I was reading this, it just reminded me so much of this picture that I also just created. So I'm going to change the picture as well as the picture that I'm going to use for the thumbnail, right? So we understand this Sirius gateway, Stargate, and the Sirius energy that we're receiving. And Sirius is the system behind the sun. And we get our sun gets light from this Sirius star, from the Sirius star. All right, so let's just change the image. All right, so now we're going to learn about a menta. And a menta is the hidden place, also the underworld, also the duat. Okay. So the underworld of the Egyptians was called either the duat or Amenta. Contrary to what one might think, this region where the dead sun god traveled after setting in the west was not thought to be literally under the earth, but rather away beyond the earth, a land between the earth and the heavens. It is described as a great valley with mountains on either side that form a barrier to the earth and the heavens. I laughed as I read this because it was after I created this AI image. And I said, oh, that kind of reminds me of the AI image, the mountains on both sides. So, this AI technology has stuff that, like, where'd you get that from, AI? Right? So it is described as a great valley with mountains on either side that form a barrier to the earth and the heavens. Through this valley flows a river, a reflection of both the earthly Nile and the celestial Nile. And on either side of this river live monstrous forms and spirits, hostile to whoever come into their territory. The Book of the Dead is a description of going into Amenta, a region of thick darkness and a place of horror for those who lose their way. So it was considered vital for the followers of Ra and Asar to become familiar with the realm of the dead while still living. And to this end, this collection of writings, otherwise known as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, was compiled. In later dynasties, this became two books. One was called The Book That Which Is in the Duat, in which Ra was supreme. The other called the Book of the Pylons, where the greatest god was Asar. And like I said, Asar and Ra, one is the seen and one is the unseen. Both of these books divide the duat into 12 divisions, each relating to an hour of the night when the dead sun god is in the duat. And along with a description of each division, they are given the names of power the deceased must know to pass safely through. So all of this is also the ritual of the sun every day. The sun rises and sets, And when we say that the sun sets and we can no longer see it, it's in the sun is in the duat, or the sun is in the underworld, right? And it goes through that journey of the night and then rises in the morning. So every day we have this beautiful every 24 hours we have this beautiful journey of the sun dying, going into the duat, and then being rebirthed, right? So these names include the names of the serpents who guarded each pylon or doorway, the names of the particular guardians and the groups of Neteru, and the Neteru of the hours who must be called before entry to the next division was granted. Once in the boat of Ra, the Sakar boat, the human became associated with the dead sun, God, and experienced both the death and the regeneration of the sun itself. And Sakar, I remember that name from just tapping in now to, again, the African calendar, and they just celebrated the summer solstice, winter solstice, and they call that the Sakar, right? The festival of Sakar. So again, that summer solstice, that beginning again. After death, the body was transformed into a mummy, which is the symbol of Asar. Through the hall of judgment, the gross body was refined in the passage through Amenta. The purification of the self was thorough and ruthless. All right. So that's where, the challenges and the shadows and the gifts emerge, right? It's ruthless and thorough, meaning sometimes things aren't easy that we have to go through, but it's necessary to purify ourselves from what we've gone through, right? So finally, the black sun of midnight gave way to the eastern horizon of Amenta. So the dawn, right? The breaking of the dawn when at night, and then I don't know if you anybody that's ever camped outside and it's like okay, like I love the night, but oh, when that sun comes up, it's like yay. Right? So just getting through the night and just that purification of self, right? So finally, the black sun of midnight gave way to the eastern horizon of Amenta. The mummy was revivified, and the spirit rose with the newly born sun and transformed into Khepera. In symbolic terms, the journey through Amenta is a magical trip that relates not only to the physical death of the body, but also the hidden process of transformation, where the self dies to the earthly world and is reborn conscious of its spiritual reality. In the microcosm, Amenta symbolizes the unconscious or deep mind, where the infinite potential of being is concealed. I'll repeat that. In the microcosm, Amenta symbolizes the unconscious or deep mind, where the infinite potential of being is concealed. This is the hidden light which, ascending from the darkness of the duat of Amenta, is exalted as the creative spirit freed from the bondage of illusion. Robert Temple refers to the connection between the disappearance of Sirius from the night skies in the northern hemisphere and the passage through Amenta. For 70 days, Sirius is invisible at night and is believed to appear again after this period spent in the duat. He also notes the ritual of embalming as taking 70 days in imitation of this journey of Sirius. The meaning, the divinatory meaning is going into the darkness. The querent has only the self to rely on. The querent, the person. As we go into the darkness, it's only ourself that we have to rely on and adventure into the unknown. And we had a beautiful circle this morning, and it was five, I think 5 women, and we were all expressing how we are definitely in this period of the unknown, right? And how we each are dealing with that, you know? So here we are, here we are. So all of that is coming from the Book of Doors, right? And just again, just breaking down this serious information and about the Sirius system and tying it in to the Kemet and ancient Egyptian information and how we can, and more importantly, just how we can use it and attune ourselves with it and really understand, you know, the blessing of the cosmos above and connecting ourselves with it and working with that information. All right. So now I'm going to go into gateway number 5, right? Of sacred spaces. And again, this is about Negbet. And I'm only going to read, and this is coming from Queen of Fua's book, Sacred Woman. And again, my spirit was like, you need to get this. I need to pull this book out. And I didn't know it was there, but I just felt like, okay, yeah, she has something in here. Let me look. And I looked and I was pleasantly surprised, and so many synchronicities, you know, but here we are. So I'm just going to read the gateway element, and this is directly from the book as well. And as I'm reading, if I'm guided to read some more, I'll do so. All right, so this is the gateway element. This is gateway 5, sacred space, daily spiritual observances. And just to give you some information about Negbet here, actually, let's do this. Yes, I have a picture of this. This stuff. Oh, no, not the box. Nope. Right? You could just have that picture there. And you can look at, this is if you want to set up an altar for sacred space altar work for the guardian, the spiritual guardian of Nebhet. And just some of the things, the feather. When I saw the feather, I was like, oh, all of the feathers that I have collected. The anointing oil, lavender. And it makes sense, that calming nature, that calming, healing nature of lavender, right? And just certain things, the color purple, fire element, white carnations, the indigo sapphire, sacred stones that we can work with, you know? So all of these, just all of these, I don't know what to call them, all of these things that we can actually work with, tools that we can work with to connect ourselves with this energy, right? And during this season, right? During this gateway. But with what I'm picking up here with Negbet is, and I'll read it, is that as we make sacred spaces in our life, as we clear out, we are able to receive more and more. But the importance of clearing our spaces to bring this forth, and not just clearing out our spaces, but our homes and our bodies being, again, returning that to being a temple. And again, the sacred space of your home, as well as the sacred space of your body, and just the rituals that we can do in order to maintain that sacred space within ourselves and around us, right? So the gateway element is air, and it is sacred space will clear out cluttered space, confusion, and loss. Sacred space will assist you in bringing your home and workspace into divine, clean order that will create balance and harmony within and throughout your life. And again, you know, everything is coming in with this, with the transcendence message, right? Transcendence of the rainbow of transcendence being courage, right? As well as divine balance, right? So I think here is this is coming in with this external and internal divine balance, right? And the importance of creating that sacred space, not only to receive the information, but just living in that frequency, right, of purity. Nabhet, the spiritual guardian of sacred space, will bring peace, stability, and nurturing. She will purify our sacred place from within and without, for our physical surroundings reflect our inner world. Gateway 5, sacred space, represents the atmosphere, our environment, our surroundings. It will eliminate space blockages in the body, temple, constipation, worms, toxicity, and polyps. Spiritual exercises of ascension are to be performed daily for 7 days, the number for the spirit. This will awaken your inner gateways of divinity so that you may blossom into your full sacred center. All right. So I just wanted to read that, right? It's a beautiful book to have. I've had it for years. I pull it out when I need it. And Spirit said, pull it out, pull it out. Something's in there. Learn some more about Nebhet, right? And as this month, as I'm tapping into the cosmic energies of every month now, you know, I'm just allowing myself to learn more and more about these netters as they come in. So I'm having a real one-on-one experience with them and how they are guiding me and showing me. So Negbet is definitely popping up all over the place. All right. So I just wanted to bring that forward, and no coincidence. I mean, this is just how life is, and right. And that's the shisheta, right? The synchronicities, you know, my galactic energy is 248. It's just one of those things. That information I read just now. Yeah, page 248, right? So that's just some more information. If you want to um take a screenshot, you can. And it's, you know, different things that you can do. Spiritual baths, more stuff about your altar, if you want a prayer, some libations, you know. It's and I took some pictures to send out to other people this whole chapter. So if you want it, just message me and I'll send it to you as well. All right. So now we understand a little bit more about Sirius, as well as we understand a little bit more about Nepet, right? So let's get into the crystal messages. Yay! All right. And let's see what these crystals have to say. All right. So the first right, so I think I'm just going to leave it here so that I don't have to keep on changing the pictures anymore. And I was playing with this for a minute, the layout, the order, and then Spirit said, just follow the numbers. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow the numbers. So even though they're not lined up here in order, I will be following the numbers. And whenever I pull cards, the number energy, the numerology of it is so important. So the numbers that came up are 9, 11, 17, 19, 31, and 38. And the glaring synchronicity I could see on this is that this Lemurian quartz, which again came into the dream realm, which ended up being the aquatine calcite, it is crystal number 31. It's referred to the Lemurian quartz, but it's really the aquatine calcite. In my discovery and research of the crystal, I realized that I learned that the Lemurian quartz is its commercial name, but it's really called the aquatine calcite, and it is found in Argentina. It's a stone from Argentina, right? And it's a very powerful, crystal to connect yourself with. All right, so let's get into these messages. And all of this is about, and thank you, Aquatine Calcite, because if you didn't pop into my dream realm, none of this would have happened, right? I dreamt about it, and it came in as 3 forms, and that's why the blue chalcedony is here, because that's what I was told it was when I woke up. That's what I was getting, blue chalcedony. As I looked for that, literally right next to it was the aquatine calcite, and I only recognized it because of remembering the image in the dream. And then as I learned about it and read about it and researched it more, it just opened all of this up. And one of the things I did realize that, yeah, this is the blue energy coming in with the tiger energy, right? But the blue energy was this cosmic blue energy coming in from the dream realm, coming in from another universe, another field, another realm, right? Bringing this to me. All right, so we will start with number 9. So I went into my decks and I said, all right, let me bring out the messages of this blue energy coming to us. And that's why I said if it wasn't for number 31, let's just call her number 31, none of this would have happened. So thank you so much, Aquatine Calcite. All right, so let's jump into the messages, and I'll post the tones of all of these. It's 4 tones, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the description section, so you can be with those tones. And I'm guided to shake my rattle with this. Yeah, I'm guided to shake my rattle before we get into the breathing stuff. So let's got my rattle. All right, cosmic blue and palladium. Its message is unity, wisdom, and regeneration. Alchemy message. If the vibrant overtones of this cosmic bowl resonated for you today, your message is that regeneration is available to you right now. Have you felt a sense of ongoing stress, even burnout, and were uncertain how to shift it? Now is the time to trust the inherent wisdom of your genetic makeup. Allow it to take care of you, regenerate you, and infuse you with a sense of oneness and perfect coherence. What does this card mean for you? cosmic blue connects you to the wisdom of Kemet. The card pictures a relief sculpture of Isis, which is a set. Isis is the Greek name, the goddess of healing and magic. This culture used sound healing as a potent modality for wellness. Kemet used sound healing chambers where they went for regeneration and healing. These resonances, or these resonance chambers, helped to restore the natural harmonics of the body. As you listen to the sound, open to the frequencies of regeneration, wisdom, and unity, allowing these vibrations to anchor within you. You are an energy being, and you have the power to truly replenish, renew, and regenerate. So here comes the alchemy mantra. What I'm going to do is I'm going to timestamp on the videos when I say the alchemy mantras. So if you need to go back to it and just hear the mantra as you ring the bell, as you tap into the tone, that you can do that. All right. So I'm going to just speak the alchemy mantra and you can do it as I speak it. All right. So just take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Just to ground and settle yourself and just, again, create the sacred space. Take a deep breath in. And remember, as we take deep breaths in, we are breathing through our nose. And as we take deep breaths out, we're breathing through our mouth. And as we take deep breaths in, we should experience our stomach and our belly expanding. And as we take deep breaths out, we should feel that area going in. All right. So sometimes it takes a little while to train your brain to make sure as you're breathing that you're doing, that body is actually doing that. So close your eyes and breathe deep in your lower abdomen. Allow your voice to open and tone and sound, OM, which harmonizes with the beautiful emanations of this grounding bowl. Feel yourself and train with the sound vibration moving within you and tone the 3 more times. Imagine yourself in a healing chamber as you speak the words of the mantra out loud and silently or silently. Regeneration is happening within me. I am anchored in wisdom. I am unity. My spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical well-being are in a constant state of renewal. I connect to the cosmos and I replenish. I'll repeat that. Regeneration is happening within me. I am anchored in wisdom. I am unity. My spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical well-being are in a constant state of renewal. I connect to the cosmos and I replenish. And coincidentally, this is on page 19. And the 1 and the 9, the first and the last, again, that rebirth energy. All right, let's go into the next message, number 11. And that is, and I just said the 9 and the 1, right? As well as number 19 card number 19 is here too, right? The 11 showed up again. I keep on seeing 11 again as this Aquarian guide, and that blue chalcedony took is number 11, the guide that got me to the right crystal, right? The aquatine calcite. All right. So it's that Aquarian energy guiding us to something new and bigger and better. All right, let's read the message, number 11. Number 11, the blue chalcedony. And when I had the dream, I woke up and I was like, I gotta pull up my books. I was so sure it was this card. But then I learned also too that the calcite, the aquatine calcite, is a caldoni that goes through a process that becomes a quartz. So literally, it's like I understood why it showed up as 3 separate crystals, because it actually does go through this process from a chalcedony to a quartz. But I'm forgetting another. I think it's from the chalcedony to an agate to a quartz or something like that. But anyway, let's read. The message here is slow down. Easy does it, restoring balance and serenity. So life's pace can feel overwhelming at times, and this crystal shows up just when you need to slow down and experience serenity and balance. Certainty won't present itself just because you are rushing around. Blue Chalcedony Spirit brings the message to immerse yourself in the moment and to surrender your sense of urgency to the conscious universe. You are pushing too hard now. Easy does it as you transition from the old ways into the new and begin to try out your fledgling wings. You are ever evolving, and the unfamiliar can send you hurrying back to where you were or rushing ahead to get past the uncomfortable part, the part where you have to confront the truth that you are facing many unknowns. Here it is again, that the adventure of the unknown. Your fearful ego will try to convince you that the way to get what you need is to work harder and faster as you move as swiftly as possible. But your best action now is to slow down. Allow yourself to be clear on what you want so that your intentions begin to coalesce in ways that will please you. As you look around, be fully present to what is allowing a sense of tranquility and ease to arise in you, even though you may not be able to see what to do next. The conscious universe has much to offer you. So take a breath and remember, easy does it. All right. And we also have a relationship and a prosperity message that comes with this blue chalcedony from this crystal spirits deck. Again, this is the relationship message. Easy does it. Again, your motto as you decide on your relationship's best course. For the conscious universe wants to be sure you move forward with clear intention, right? That again was success, but moving forward with what? Clarity, right? Conscious universe wants to be sure you move forward with clear intention. And that requires reducing your speed. You will advance in the right way at the right time, balancing swift movement with progress at a relaxed pace. I keep on having to say that in every recording. Time is speeding up, but we must make priority for stillness. And again, making sacred spaces, right? We don't have to move as fast as the time around us is moving. We can trust it. We can slow down. We can create sacred spaces, moments of stillness for ourselves, to gather ourselves, process what is going on, heal, and then move on. Blue Chalcedony Spirit wants you to know that the healing of old patterns is easier when you are not letting fear drive you to move too quickly through a transition. You wanted to change the old ways, and you are doing so, guided by the conscious universe. So let yourself feel serene. Trust in the process as you slow things down to gain a clearer view. And that really has been a message coming into me all year, that it is safe to just slow things down. So now I know where it's coming from. All right. Prosperity message. It's only natural to want to build on your inner affluence. You have been doing much to change the old patterns. Good for you. Now, however, Blue Chalcedony Spirit is calling you to take a closer look at what you have set in motion. Is it time to consider changes? Are you happy with what is coming into being? Or do you need to do some healing work to ensure you are comfortable with your newfound material wealth? Perhaps you need to work on trusting yourself and your co-creative powers. You can learn much that will help you build and maintain a solid foundation if you slow down at this time. So the spirit, the Chalcedony spirit meditation is, and again, just close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. That clears our brain when we do that rattle. The rattle helps to clear any clouds. Blue Chalcedony is quite simply a serenity stone. Meditating with it soothes the emotions, calms the adrenals, and brings peace to the body and mind. As a balm for frazzled nerves, it would be well utilized, worn, or carried on one's person when entering a situation where remaining calm is required. All right. So Blue Chalcedony wants us to slow it down and remain calm. Remember, keep it calm. Remember all those keep it calm posters and memes? That was what, 2018, 19? That was before 2020, because once 2020 hit, they didn't have any keep it calms. It was all about fair, 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 not keeping it calm. Oh, wow. I just realized that. So didn't we switch gears in 2020, right? Nobody was telling us to keep it calm anymore. So Blue Chalcedony wants us to slow it down and stay calm. It's a beautiful message. It's the message again. I'm gonna give it from our Aquarian guide, right? We're moving from the Piscean age to the Aquarian. And the Aquarian is saying, even though Aquarian age is about revolution, and again, this, I guess this is the thickness of it, you know. Yeah, it's peace, but we got to go through war. Right? And that could be an inner war or an outer war, a war with yourself or a war with others, a struggle, a resistance, some type of destruction, some type of death, some type of release, but it is all to bring us to serenity, right? And everything, again, set that energy we cannot create without that half, so we must know how to work with destructive energy and know how to rise through it. And that's what all of this season is about, rising through the set energy. It is purposeful. Set energy is purposeful. The challenge is purposeful. The shadow is purposeful, especially when we do the work and face it. All right. So let's go into number 17. Number 17 says, and I'll try to read a little faster so this isn't a 2-hour message. Labradorite, but it just said go slow. Spirit said, didn't I just tell you to go slow? Oh my goodness, life. So number 17, let's just move on. Labradorite and celestial gold. And I felt called to put my labradorite. This is the crystal I've been wearing all year. And I'm going to get a new one. Jessica, hint, hint. I got to reach out to her and pick my new crystal. I love her crystal work. I love her rock work. And this labradorite, I fell in love with it and I called it in. I just had to get it. So I've been wearing it all year. I think I got it at the end of last year. I've been wearing it all year and I love it. And, and I don't think I've ever read this card. So let's see. But when I saw it was seeing the unseen and visionary capabilities, I said, yeah. And that's some of Ned, that's energy as well. She is a visionary and an oracle, right? So being able to see, and what I'm learning too from just diving into her energy is, again, she's associated with Set, but it's almost like, it's like we're not given more than what we can handle. And because she is meant to go into the darkness, and go through those experiences, she has that capacity to go into the Amenta. And as well as we go through this has been my experience, as we go through the depths of ourselves, it is because we end up seeing the vision. We see into the unseen, or what is unseen for a lot of people, but we see into that okay, this is purposeful, that I must do this, and that is what allows us to walk the road less traveled, as I would say, as I call it, um but yeah, there's something about having that capacity to be in the Amenta and do the work that is needed, and having that vision. It says the visionary capabilities, having that vision of what is beyond. They have the illusion, but what is beyond the dark, or what is within the dark, even, because it's the light within the dark. So anyway, but seeing the unseen and the visionary capability, number 17, right? The alchemy message. When the labradorite and the celestial gold alchemy bowl rings, it's a melody for you. It is activating and stabilizing the opening of your visionary capability, your psychic ability, and supporting you in downloading information. You have easy access to universal intelligence and the loving presence of the angels, the angles. And I always say the angles are the angles of light. Literally, as this stargate comes in, light is at an angle based with the conjunction and literally the gate and the other planets that it is next to, or wherever they're positioned, and all of this light is coming into us at an angle. And I really feel like that's what the whole angel stuff is about. These alchemies help you to experience a grand neutrality, which is a bigger picture view of your life, and to understand and accept the circumstances that have brought you to this point are in your favor. The wise, gentle Labradorite Buddha pictured on the card supports you in your journey. So what does this mean for you? What else exists that you cannot yet see? The alchemies of this card teach you to trust that all that has unfolded and all that continues to reveal has a reason, a teaching, a purpose mightier than yourself. And that this is all bringing you home to your true alchemy, that magnificent expression of your soul itself. Remember the aquatine calcite is all about merging your solar plexus with your soul. This card lands you in your true north, your essence, your center. Trust your inner knowing as you see the unseen and receive the understanding of a bigger truth. And the onyx and the aquatine calcite both had those messages of understanding as well as seeing the bigger picture, seeing the opportunity. Become aware of the possibility of bringing the light of higher consciousness into the third dimension. Okay, Ashe. Let's just take a deep breath in and out, and I'm going to read the Alchemy Mantra. And once again, I will timestamp when I start speaking the Alchemy Mantra. So if you want to play the tone at the same time. And the tones are just short tones, you know, but it just helps to bring that frequency and helps us to connect with that frequency. I think the words are really more powerful than mantras. And if we're speaking these, if you resonate with them, take the mantra and speak it to yourself every day. Close your eyes and let them gently roll upward. Imagine you are immersed in the vastness of a dark velvet sky full of stars and the planetary influences. Feel the sound vibration focused in the center of your brain as it creates an internal warmth. Imagine that your brain flows easily up and down your central channel. Draw it upward and out the crown of your head, feeling a resounding vibration of inner peace throughout your body. Gently relax your eyes as you continue to breathe deeply, feeling and speaking the mantra out loud or silently. I receive insight from my higher self. My intuition is powerful. I easily access higher dimensions from a deeply grounded and integrated space. My visionary capacity continues to open and expand. And I am connected to a steady stream of higher intelligence. Ashe. Ashe, ashe. Let's go on to number 19. And this is where the nurturing energy, the mother of mother and fathers of fathers comes in, right? Again, all of this beautiful energy that we're receiving from Sirius, helping us to unify, tapping into more wisdom through the downloads, the regeneration of our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our consciousness, right? Going from the unconscious, our deep mind, where there's this full potential, and then creating with spirit, right? Coming back and having a new consciousness, an expanded one. Seeing into the unseen, tapping into, again, the unseen is Sirius, right? The unseen is Negbet. They also say like Negbet is Sirius, the invisible part, because it's Sirius A, B, and C. And I think I just heard the other day they were referring to Negbet as the invisible part of Sirius, or I guess Sirius C, which is invisible or something like that, or unseen, right? So even that comes in, that comes back again. And again, just receiving all of this universal energy, right? It's not Mother Earth. It's the universal mother, the mother of mother and the father of father, right? It's so big, right? And it's a message of nurturing, support, and steadiness, right? So let's get into it. The message of the universal mother is love. Her vibrations are centering you in the womb as a divine child of the one mother who is nurturing, caring, generous, loving, and supportive. She is compassionate and kind, yet fierce when need be. This card is asking you to give these qualities to yourself and not wait for someone to give them to you. Universal Mother brings a call to action for more self love and nurturing, and for the integration of divine love into the physical. Divine love into the physical. So again, the bodies, right? And then Spirit is reminding me, Aset, right? That universal mother, the primordial mother, right? The other on the solar biology, we have Jehuti and Aset. So that Aset energy is really also the universal mother, right? And the primordial mother. There's so, it's primordial, it's universal, it's galactic, it's global, it's earth, and sometimes, we just have to realize that there's levels to it, and sometimes we're tapping into the lower levels, and sometimes we're tapping into the higher levels, but just realizing it is a ladder, and there are levels to it, and we can ride the ladder up. Right. Ooh, it's what's it, the golden ladder, right, there's some symbolism with that, right? Some biblical symbolism, some ladder, but we're always climbing up our spiritual ladder, right? And with these energies, there's just like um just like everything, there's levels. Right? The water here is ocean, but it's the Milky Way, and it's the cosmic ocean right above us, right? But it's all water. The air we're breathing is water. So at each level, it transforms, it takes a different form, but there's different levels, to the form, or the form takes different levels. And at different levels, things come into different forms. I think that's what I've been trying to say. But let's get back into it. Divine love into the physical. Bring more love into physical. What does this card mean for you as yourself? How you can receive more of this pure love that has no hidden agenda, desiring only for you to be the perfect expression of your unique vibrational signature in the world. There was a lot of authenticity energy, right, with the crystals. Hair radiant tones and the womb-like image invite your expansion into pure love. Universal Mother energy is one of profound sacredness. Many of the world's treasures, cathedrals, temples, and places of immense power hold the energy of the divine feminine. These sacred energies, like the vibrations of this bowl, hold a supreme state of balance and activate the high brain centers. So that came in with the aquatine calcite, right? Not just the high brain centers, as well as that balance, again with Negbet and the sacred space of our bodies, right? And treating our bodies as temples. So all of this, the information again comes in different forms, but when you you can know, you could just see, it's like language, if you know many languages, no matter what somebody's speaking, you understand what's being communicated. And I've experienced the different spiritualities that way. as I go into each one, and even just the language of the cards, you know, there's this universal language that they're speaking, you know. So anyway, these sacred energies, like the vibrations of this bowl, hold a supreme state of balance and activate the high brain centers, the throat, the heart, and the light that you are. Remember, Lower Egypt and Upper Egypt? So the high brain centers in this instance are the throat chakra, the heart, and the heart chakra, right? They intone your personal sacred music and bring inner illumination. So I think the heart is that portal between the lower and the higher centers, chakras, right? So close your eyes and breathe deeply, imagining your breath being inhaled from your heart center and exhaled out your whole torso. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, imagining your breath being inhaled from your heart center. Let's try it. And exhale through your whole torso. So like just see your whole torso exploding. Feel your shoulders roll back and release down as you feel the physical area across your chest and around your back increase. Feel the power inherent in this lateral movement of your chest. Feel the vibrations of gentleness and compassion as you become more aware of your heart, increasing in its size and space. Breathe in and release the breath deeply, speaking the mantra out loud or silently. I am fully nurtured by the Universal Mother and bathed in her unconditional love. She supports me in all that I am and all that I am becoming. Her love holds me steady. I belong. She showers me with kindness and compassion. Ashe, Aho, Adsum. All right, that is message 19. Now we're going into 31 and 38, two more. Number 31, let's see. And I don't think I did read this one. The one I haven't read is the Indigo Platinum. I'm waiting to be pleasantly surprised with that one. I don't think I read that. And I had and it's also number 11. It's also number 11, right? So that number 11 is popping up in many forms, right? Yep. All right, so let's get into the Aquatine. And I did read this one just to see if it was similar to what I was getting from the Aquatine calcite. That's what it was. I couldn't remember. Right. The chalcedony. It's not a even though it's called aquatine calcite, it's actually a quartz. Right. So it's not a chalcedony, it's not a calcite, it's actually a quartz. And that's why it's called the Lemurian quartz. Right. All right. Let us get to it. Number 31, which is number 13 backwards, right? We could see it as 31 or 13, any which way you want to look at it. But it's clearly coming in as the 31st, right? The 3 and the 1, which is the 4. And guess whose energy is number 4? Neckbet. She's a 4. Essential meaning, vision, big picture, thinking, unlocking the secrets of infinite possibility. Yep, that was the aquatine calcite. Your ability to imagine something bigger and better and draw in what you need in order to heal, feel a sense of well being, and step into your power as a co creator is greater than you think. This message of the quartz, I'll just call it the quartz from here on out. This message of the quartz is that now is a time to free yourself to dream big. What do you see for yourself? How do you picture yourself in this future? What kind of person have you evolved into as you strive to fully embrace and enjoy your life? On this healing journey, you are called to keep your eye, your tiger's eye, on the big picture of your experience so that you can recognize your struggles as leading you to epiphanies, allies, and inner wisdom born of lived experiences. Oh my goodness, I've been saying this to my friends and family. Trust what's going on now because it's taking you to what you've been asking for, quote unquote, right? I literally have been saying that all week or for the past 2 weeks or three. This quartz reminds you that the capacity to unlock the wisdom of the stars is within you. Just open your connection to the conscious universe and allow your imagination to soar. Very soon, a powerful vision of what is ahead for you will become clear. As I'm reading this, I'm being reminded that where I am at now on my own soul journey is where I was asking to be. So it's time for me to write a new plan. Like literally, where do we go next? Where you going next? Even though I have a plan for the next couple of months for September in particular, and that is going to be a 2-year process. But I think I need to add to that. What else do I want to happen within that 2-year cycle or emerging with me as I emerge over the next 2 years? So that's just a reminder to everybody. Check where you are now. See where along your not I don't want to say your bucket list, but you know what I mean. Check where you are on your list of things to do and really what you have accomplished so far. And with that, where do you put down the new dream? Put down the new dream. I have to go. This is the crystal clarity. I need to go back to my I know some of the stuff that has happened and is in play. I need to go back to my beginning messages where I made lists and see what I need to reactivate in this energy and put in this soup of this is what we're walking towards and working towards now, right? So let the conscious universe show you what is possible in. Oh no, I'm not reading that part. Yeah. Um, the spirit reminds you that the capacity to unlock the wisdom of the stars is within you. Just open your connection to the conscious universe and allow your imagination to soar. Very soon, a powerful vision of what is ahead for you will become clear. And this week, I did have a vision that I wanted to take something to the next level, and I'm working on it. Relationship message. Every relationship has its ups and downs and its inherent magic. But this quartz is now calling you to step back and see the big picture of what you are experiencing. Is it what you envisioned? Do you need to see something new so that you feel a sense of contentment, purpose, and fulfillment? Can you awaken to your connection to the universe that lies within you so that you may be shown something even better than you dreamt about? Your power is to imagine. Your power to imagine what you can co create is very strong now, and you are being urged to go big and wide. with a vision that truly speaks to your soul's desires. Let the conscious universe show you what is possible in your relationship that you have not been aware of. There's a big picture you have not been seeing. So, what I'm guided to do as I read this, and this, oh my goodness, this is also on page 113. I told y'all that 13 energy was here, right? So 113 and 114 and 115 and 116. 113 to 116, right? These numbers might have resonance for somebody besides myself, right? So what I'm feeling I need to do is take each of these as different subjects. Like, what is the big dream for the relationships that I want to create, right? What's the big prosperity dream? Like, reframe them all and just see what happens from there, right? That's what I'm going to do. I guide you to do it too. And then you could take it just for your life, the relationships and prosperity, whatever that means to you. Because the relationships could be love relationships, business relationships, family relationships. What do you want to experience just for yourself, just to have joy and maintain and sustain your joy, as well as what do you want to do in terms of abundance and prosperity? What does that even mean to you? And what's your prosperity dream? What's your abundance dream? What's your big prosperity dream? What's your big abundance dream? All right. So the prosperity message is enough does not have to be enough. This is the message of the quartz. Now is a time to dream big. You do not have to humble yourself out of a false sense of modesty. The dreaming you do will help you to envision something new that will be firmly grounded in personal prosperity. For what you need and more will come to you from sources all around. The conscious universe knows many ways to bring a vision to fruition. So think big, dream big, and envision all that you might be and co create, knowing that abundance belongs to you at all times. And when you see how your prosperity can support others and flow into the world, claim this vision and know that it will grow exponentially in scope. Okay, so this quartz has a big message, right? And it's reminding us to dream big, think big. And I just literally connected it as I was reading. You know, my ask years ago was to be love. And this year I decided, well, I've gotten there. Okay, I've done the love thing. I'm loving myself. I'm loving the universe. I'm loving people. You know, I'm love. I'm love, right? I'm receiving it. I'm giving it. It's flowing all through me and in me, right? And I said, well, what is my next ask? And that whole journey was not receiving love, but being love. And I think I'm there, right? I know I'm there. So I asked, what do I want to work on next? And I said, I want to give big. Yeah, I want to give in a big way. So it's interesting that this is coming in and Spirit is reminding me, didn't you remember what you asked us for? That so that you could give in a big way. And even now that the work that I'm doing, you know, just sitting here and giving this information out, it might take long for the video, but I know I'm giving something big, whomever it's for, it's for. But whatever I do, let it be big and not in a not necessary. Anyway, I'm just gonna say leave it at that. Let it be big. Let it be big. So this aquatine calcite, which is a quartz, I think this, I got to find this stone and wear it because really this is the big stone. This is the stone that's going to really help me to give in a big way. And that's what I want to embody now. Someone that is able to give in a big way. So the crystal spirit meditation is the quartz carries a softer, sweeter energy than many other types of quartz. Meditating with the stone assists in connecting us to the upper realms where we can easily access higher knowledge from angles of light, guides, and the higher self. This connection also brings in feelings of love, compassion, and belonging, helping us understand that we are never alone. Yep, yep. We are never alone. And the universe always hears the whispers of your heart. And that's why synchronicities are so beautiful to experience because, like I said, my ask was, I want to give big. That's what I'm working on, being able to be a big giver or step into this role of being somebody else, being somebody that is able to give in a big way, whatever that is. Does not have to be financial, but whatever that is, just big. And that this crystal comes in and it's saying, think big, dream big, go big, But that's a synchronicity. That's a silent confirmation that, yeah, you're not alone. We heard that. and and this is why we're bringing this crystal into you so that you can activate that, manifest that, embody that. And it's part of the process, right? Last but not least, number 38. Number 38. Let's wrap this up before it's a 2-hour video. um, Number 38 or number 11. We began with 11. We go in with 11. All right. So number 38 says indigo and platinum. And of course, the indigo, I thought the indigo, the deep blue, the dark, I thought this was definitely part of the message and authenticity, right? Intuition and alignment. So I thought this would also support the message of the calcite, of the quartz, of the aquatine calcite, of divine balance and the combination with the tiger's eye of stepping into more and more of our authenticity, as well as our soul expression and our solar plexus and our will and the blue in our soul, the solar plexus and the soul coming into divine balance, right? 1-to-1, number 11. The 3 and the 8. Divine alchemy, Trinity, and the galactic, right? The harmonic unity, the 8, the infinity of it all. Interesting. And anyway, I say the numbers are language onto its own, right? If this incredible instrument anchored in vibrations of pure light into your life today, you are opening to understanding yourself as an energy being. The low frequency tone helps you to truly ground the wisdom available to you through your third eye. Indigo strengthens intuition, increases focus, amplifies inner vision, and magnifies integrity. Platinum rings in the positive and deflects negativity, holding you in a state of emotional balance. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So, what does this card mean for you or for all of us? This celestial alchemy bowl connects you to the stars. For thousands of years, many have studied the science of astronomy, and believe that the movements of celestial bodies, planets, stars, and constellations have energies that influence human lives. Well, that's why we're here, right? The Sirius Stargate. The celestial images of the card and the alchemy sound vibrations invite you to explore your unique life and soul purpose. You are reminded of the importance of integrating your essence and the expanded view of your purpose with your inner and outer self. Again, that divine balance, the soul expression, your will, and connecting and with the stargates and the stars above us, right? And weaving that all together. So much reveals itself in the combination of the science of sound and the exploration of the unlimited potential of the universe. Allow yourself to float and explore the timelessness and potency of both a familiar place of home and the uncharted place of the beyond. Ground this with your intuition and authenticity. Let's read the Alchemy Mantra. Oh my goodness. Guess what page it's on? It's on page number 77. Oh my goodness, the 77 portal. Listen, this I don't make this stuff up. I just follow the instructions. Close your eyes and imagine you are immersed in the vastness of the cosmos. Feel an internal warmth flowing from your high brain centers. There they are again. Throughout your body. Allow yourself to float, to dream, to merge with the universe. Draw your breath upward from the 2 feet below you and imagine it releasing out the crown of your head. Breathe in the universal knowing, the light of the cosmos. That is you. And feel a resounding vibration of inner peace. Continue to breathe deeply, feeling and speaking the mantra out loud or silently. And I'm going to read that again just because Spirit said, say it again. Close your eyes and imagine you are immersed in the vastness of the cosmos. Feel an internal warmth flowing from your high brain centers throughout your body. Allow yourself to float, to dream, to merge with the cosmos. Draw your breath upward from 2 feet below you. So that would be your Earth Star chakra. So draw your breath upward from 2 feet below you and imagine it releasing out the crown of your head. So we're taking the breath from our Earth Star chakra all the way up and shooting it out of the crown. And then we're going to breathe in the universal knowing, the light of the cosmos. We're going to breathe in this beautiful energy from Sirius and feel a resounding vibration of inner peace. Continue to breathe deeply, feeling and speaking the mantra out loud or silently. I am integrated and in perfect alignment with my authentic self. I trust this powerful connection. I am anchored. My intuition flows easily, and I hear and respond with certainty to my inner guidance. I am integrated and in perfect alignment with my authentic self. I trust this powerful connection. I am anchored. My intuition flows easily, and I hear and respond with certainty to my inner guidance. Ashe, Aho at some. And I'll say it again. This is on page 77. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a dynamic 7-7 portal. I hope this week has been liberating. I hope that I've been able to serve somebody in a big way. And I hope that all that comes to us and through us helps us to become the big vision of our lives. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful portal day tomorrow. And just have a beautiful life. I love you all.